On July 19th, 2024, a single faulty software update from CrowdStrike crashed 8.5 million Windows computers around the world in about 90 minutes. Delta Airline alone lost roughly $500 million from the resulting flight cancellations. The total direct financial cost across the Fortune 500 was estimated at $5.4 billion, with another range loss of about $44 million per affected company. Most of those losses were uninsured. That's what downtime can look like at the extreme end. But the more important question, and the one I'm going to walk through in this video, is what downtime actually costs normal businesses. Because the real number is almost always higher than people think, and the reason is higher is what most teams forget to count. What a downtime costs according to current research. You've probably seen the figure $5.6K per minute. It comes from a 2014 Andrew Lerner blog post for Gartner, and it's been quoted in dozens of articles since. Here's what most of those articles don't mention. EMA Research, an independent IT analyst firm, describes that $5.6K figure as an urban legend, noting it came from a casual blog post that, in their words, never claimed the number to be either research or fact. The more rigorous current research tells a different story. EMA's 2024 study of 300 global IT leaders put the average cost of an unplanned outage at almost $14K per minute, more than double the figure that's been circulating for a decade. ITIC's 2024 survey of over 1,000 firms reached a similar conclusion. Over 90% of mid-size and large enterprises now report downtime costs above $300K per hour, with 41% losing $1 million to $5 million per hour. For small businesses, the number scales down, but the relative impact often scales up. Atlassian's analysis puts small businesses' downtime at about $130 to about $420 per minute. These are the headline numbers. They don't tell the whole story. The costs people forget to count. Direct lost revenue is the obvious one. But research from the Ponemon Institute found that the largest served downtime cost isn't lost revenue, it's business disruption. That category includes things most teams don't put on the spreadsheet. Customer churn. Customers who experience repeated downtime leave at higher rates. That feature revenue, lost revenue get dragged back to the outage that caused it. Engineer time. Every hour of an incident is multiple engineers in a war room mode, not building. A 4-hour incident with 5 engineers on it is 20 engineers' hours of lost output and a downstream delay on whatever they were supposed to be working instead. Reputational damage. Outages become content. They land on Hacker News, Reddit, Twitter. Your competitors get free ammunition. Trust degrades faster than the outage itself warrants. SLA penalties for B2B SaaS, contractual credits and refunds when uptime commitments are missed. These are direct, immediate, and often substantial. The Ponemon Research found that direct revenue lost is only the second largest category. Business disruption, including customer trust and churn, takes the top spot. The numbers vary a lot by industry. These averages hide enormous variations. ITIC's research found that for top vertical, finance, government, retail, manufacturing, large enterprise downtime can exceed $5 million per hour. Gartner's data suggests e-commerce platforms lose $1 million to $2 million per hour during peak shopping season. The takeaway: if your business is in one of these higher stakes verticals, the headline averages underestimate your real exposure, and even for lower stake industries, the trajectory is one direction. As more of the economy moves online, the cost of being down keeps rising. The math for a normal business. Let's make this concrete. Imagine a SaaS that makes $50,000 in monthly recurring revenue. That's a revenue rate of about $69 an hour. A 4-hour outage costs that business roughly $275 in direct revenue. That's the small part. Add 4 engineers in incident mode for those 4 hours at conservative blended rates. That's another $1 to $2K in lost productivity. Add support tickets to handle maybe $500 in customer credits or refunds, and the inevitable churn from 2 or 3 customers who were already on the fence. And you're easily at $5 to $10K from one 4-hour incident, often more. Now compare that to monitoring costs. UptimeRobot's free plan is $0. The solo plan is $9 a month for a yearly subscription. The math isn't subtle. One outage caught early can pay for years of monitoring, and that's before you count the outages monitoring helps you avoid entirely. What monitoring actually does about it? Monitoring doesn't prevent outages. Servers fail, dependencies break. The question isn't whether you'll have an outage, it's how long it will last and how much it will cost. What monitoring does is shorten the duration. Find out about an outage in minute 1 instead of hour 1, and you've cut the cost by orders of magnitude. The math we discussed earlier scales with duration, and monitoring is the single biggest level you have at duration. That's the honest pitch. Not by this and outages stop. It's when outages happen, which they will, you'll find out fast enough to make them shorten, cheaper, and less embarrassing. So how much does downtime cost? More than most teams think. The headline number is in the hundreds or thousands per hour for the average mid-sized business, but the real cost is the part you don't see on the spreadsheet: the churn customer, the lost productivity, the trust that takes months to rebuild. The reason to monitor isn't because monitoring prevents downtime, it's because monitoring shortens it. And in this math, shortening an outage from 4 hours to 40 minutes is the difference between a bad afternoon and a number nobody wants to write down. If you want to start monitoring your own services, UptimeRobot's link is in the description box. Free, no credit card. And if you haven't set up your first monitoring yet, watch our How to Monitor Website Uptime video. Link is in the description. Thanks for watching and happy monitoring!